as we get ready to jump into the action. It's their pick, and honestly, the strongest agents for each player. The ISO, the Yoru, just so much stronger than the Waylay and the Neon that we're likely to see later on Corona. We get to 100 Thieves map pick, so just like the best they need to be in peak form right from the get-go, and that's what I love about this team as well. It's like they have multiple players that are just so consistent, and they're not standouts, right? They're not your top 3, top 5 on the rolls, but you have to worry about everybody on this team, not just neutralizing one or two. And that's where 100 Thieves, they have to be on lock with this new composition. The Death mentioned it, switching from double controller to the double initiator, where Jazzy struggled yesterday on this breach, 9-17 against Shopify Rebellion. Let's see if they're a little bit more gelled, a little bit more ready today, starting out on the defense once again.
For sure. And quick note, I said we haven't seen it from KIRI. I meant their bind. My sets got mixed in my head. We saw this from them yesterday, so let's see it again. Here we are, mixing in. They're going to be 4 to the right side to start. Cypher there on the left, so we're going to be watching this lurk from Autumn. How much conditioning? What can they do over there to really make 100 Thieves think about their defense? And so far, it's just going to be to watch the lurk. A little rotation from 100 Thieves, though, so they can feel comfortable in how they want to retake or position as this round gets down to a minute with really no sound being made.
Yeah, this is just evident preparation out of KIRI Magenta. 100 Thieves, they like to fight out grass, they like to fight down C long, no matter what pistol it is on Haven. So coming in here, they waited out that aggression and now just walking up, contacting up A-Riv.
Yeah, super contact on this. Not a bit of util used, but the shots are going to be everything that needs to do the talking here. And KIRI's coming up big left and right with these ghosts. A nice job by Kurosu. His terror is just on the side there to help out. You still have this lurk too, Autumn. Around the corner, double tap's going to be there, but it's not going to be helping too much. Melly is coming through. Another shot almost, but Terror is going to be the one to reap exactly that in the eyes of her opponents. And KIRI do grab first round.
A really dangerous attempt there out of Melia, but 100 Thieves just a little shocked, I think, by that aggressive mentality out of KIRI Magenta. They understand, hey, we don't have util, we don't really have strong posts. We're gonna fight all the way into backside, into CT, rely on that lurk play as well from Autumn, and all of that just came together. Really, really effective trades there as well, backside, and Terror is able to cap it off, but it's sad they won't be able to carry that momentum on as we jump into a little bit of a tech pause. But Riv, what are you thinking of this hyper aggressive vibe that I'm seeing with a Hero Vandal?
Yeah, everything. And the Ares coming through for something. Maybe they're going to go right at Garage with the Ares. See if there's any pushes on the other sides of the map. If maybe 100 Thieves wants to come out quick on a second round, just kind of get everybody in there. I don't know. Let's see the replay here, though. Like you said, you mentioned they walked right in, and then it causes an explosion of utility, which they kind of just thrived in, and it got very, very scary here at the end. So great job by Melia, never giving up hope on that one to get the multiple kills. But already, like you said, KIRI doing their homework, kind of figuring things out to get into position to get that pistol round to work. But this buy is interesting. Kurosu has to go aggressive on the double tap, right? Get somebody behind, double tap, go forward, or are they looking for Bunny B to get an early pick? Like, I feel like your options are big here, but you're also playing the dangerous card of dropping weapons.
Yeah, I feel like 100 Thieves like to go for the silent gamble stacks, though, on these second round ecos. So I'm hoping that the Outlaw won't find
double height stacks.
Exactly. I'm hoping they won't find too much kind of grounds with the Outlaw, at least for 100 Thieves' sake. Aside from that, I do feel like what we just saw get exploited on the A site for the pistol isn't going to be a regularity in my mind. It's just, again, they're very C mid-centric on those pistol rounds. Otherwise, it is usually, you know, we've seen Marceline, right, scaling up, trying to take long off of that fault line early. They like to have that deep positional control just for information on the rotation that could come through for KIRI Magenta. And I am curious, because if we are going to have this very cut noise explosive mentality of KIRI Magenta, it kind of nullifies that weakness of the Clove pick that Des talked about, where the Clove is, that's where they're going to be hitting. And I think that's where we're going to be leaning towards Slandy. We're going to be leaning towards, again, what information they're able to gather, and the calling in the mid round needs to be super tight.
Exactly. That's the thing I love about these comps, where it requires a bunch of things to fall into place, right? Your ability, my ability, this ability, but all in a set window. That's the closed smokes we're talking about. So the wall for ISO has to go forward during that closed smokes, right? Everything becomes so much more finite in having to hit that execution. And hopefully you're able to do it around the breach, around the Sova, you know? So really a lot of pressure on their shoulders just in the comp they pick, which they feel comfortable with. But I love seeing that when teams kind of push themselves to have to hit those protocols to make it into a site, and not just kind of dart, flash, dash, and you're in a smoke, right? So cool there. 100 Thieves, though, we're still waiting for this comp again to come online. What are their protocols? Are they going to get early aggression once they do get guns? Will we see those short plays with the fault lines coming through and a few Sova darts so the guns can ring out? And we will get this back into game soon. It was just some voice chat issues. They were getting sorted, and now everybody can sing happily to each other. I mean, that's what I would do. That's probably why they made me in, because I just sang during the round. So we proceed with this one. Trips are being set up left and right, and maybe a little bit of a mid push here, or something looking down towards that sewers area to start.
Well, you were right. I'm seeing Autumn over towards Garage, so those doors are going to be completely moot here in a second. But for the time being, it is just kind of silent, no aggressive forward play, no chancing a team fight early on. It's just going to be a matter of, KIRI and Magenta, where do they go to kick things off? And they are just waiting for that overpeak, waiting for, like we mentioned, 100 Thieves to search for enough players to make that call.
You know where else in areas would be good? If you try to plant long C and you have the smoke spam. You have to spam through smoke. It's kind of just like a silly thing to think about, but everybody is trending this way as the spike gets dropped. Okay, so they're going to fake a bit of Sova util here and try to squeeze towards the other side of the map.
I mean, your hero Vandal, right, destroyed the spy cam outside of C long, so I like the C side lean here from the get-go. And now even with the drone, heavy investment out of Cow Sushi here just for the fake, I feel like they're trying to set up for a late A lean. And, ooh, are they going to backpedal off of the drone information right towards the stack? This could get messy if the util's on point from Jazzy and a good response from Marceline comes through.
30 seconds left.
All right, so they are going to get that plant down.
Oh, I think we're getting a reroll. I was wondering about this.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute, that's not a dimensional drift.
I heard some typing in chat, and I was wondering if something like that was going to be happening. And I love just the team, like both teams talk and are like, "Yep, unanimous knife fight, let's go for it." Like we said, there was some tech issues before. We're going to make sure those get resolved to have a good, clean round. And I feel like KIRI Magenta didn't show anything off too super early either. You know, it's always unfortunate after those rerolls that you showed like what site you were leaning towards, like what you were inclined to do, and you're like, well, this sucks now, what do we do now? So none of that happened. It was just, hey, let's meet on C, let's knife it out, and we'll get back to business.
It shouldn't be too bad. Looking at these, I think both teams are just going over map stuff as we're waiting for the tech pause, are stronger on defense, so we should see 100 Thieves pick it up here. It is still just a pistol round. We should get a replay of the second one and get this purchase back in the hands of KIRI to see what they can do with it. But yeah, I think 100 Thieves, there's what, 2 plays recently, 1 win, 1 loss, because they were, I'm sorry, I was looking at KIRI's thing. I'm doing great on stats today. They had 5. I'm going back to, I think, July-ish. I usually just like click back a few months, even if the team is out of the tournament or out of that play. And they do still trend towards the defensive side, so all of these rounds they can get on attack are going to be super helpful. For KIRI, both teams defending strong, so
yeah. And I mean, I like that what we kind of foreshadowed was going to happen was revealed despite the rollback that we're going to get, right? 100 Thieves isn't going to show absolutely anything. KIRI Magenta's going to play so, see what they can find, what they can push out, which does kind of worry me in terms of the time game. And again, if they can get the gamble stat correct and like just close like a choke point, there could be some shenanigans there. I mean, 100 Thieves is known to have some pretty nice thieves here and then again. I think in the Swiss stage, right, we talked about how they were able to win a second round off Shopify Rebellion, right? And that threw everything into chaos. But for the time being, again, getting everything rolled back, we want a square even fight when, again, both teams really need this win. KIRI Magenta having to make the entire run, having to get first place, win stage 2 to directly qualify for Seoul, and 100 Thieves need second to get to the LCQ. So Rivington, stakes are high. We need a clean server.
It has to be a clean server. Get that competitive integrity in, and I'm glad all the players are down for just kind of that round, making it happen, getting the chats in. So taking a breather, taking a break. We will too. We're going to take a quick one and come back so we can get all this sorted and get the action for you when we return. Thanks so much.
It's for you. Do you like it? Come on, Charlie, use your new door. Come on, let's go. I said go. Let's go. Silly dog. I'm gonna trade you for a cat. Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Zero is here. 100% wings with monk fruit extract.
Hey, no, wait, come back. Sit down. Sit. Yeah. Okay, sit. Yeah, we're back. Thank you so much for waiting. That was everybody that was walking away for a moment because they were getting water. Get your water, but come back real quick because we are back. Second round, starting now. The purchases are still the same. It's still have the same amount of funds in the account. And Zobi, we are ready to get back into this matchup. The slower bracket between KIRI and 100 Thieves. As everything is sorted. And we will get a start towards the right side of the map here. A little bit of a flavor change from what we were seeing.
Yeah, I feel like 100 Thieves a little bit more congregated on one site, right? Just the solo and a little bit not as deep Cypher Chem as well, so it doesn't get destroyed early by the ISO like it was pre-rollback. But all in all, this is exactly what I said. They're going to try and hide out, just hope that KIRI Magenta runs into the wrong site, but that's exactly why KIRI Magenta is being very thorough. Early drone, the dart will come back in about 10 seconds, but this is different. Early exploration that could give these Outlaws some legs to stand on.
Oh, the Marshal's doing work too. Looking for the no scope. The Ares starts to ring out on the right. Almost at Odin. It's been a while since we've heard that little one. And now they're just going to make their way into B. Quick plant here. They get the push off 100 Thieves after we come back from the break. And it looks like this will be a clean one. Could be able to get out flawless as well if Melia doesn't hit a crack of a sheriff shot here.
Hey, I mean, she put in the legwork on the pistol round to give a chance at a clutch, but yeah, this is difficult.
Thought it might have been the singularity buff again.
Yeah,
flawless there for KIRI.
And we said the kind of winning condition there for a potential second round for 100 Thieves was not waltzing into the players from KIRI Magenta, waiting to take those fights with the better weapons.
Yeah.
So just unfortunate it doesn't go their way, but you write it off. You have full rifles now. I am a bit nervous seeing a regen shield or two in the cards when we know there were two sniper rifles on the opposing side, one being that Outlaw in Bunny's hands and the other being Marshall that got multiple quick scope shots. But we'll see how those are able to kind of carry the momentum forward for KIRI Magenta coming in. It just looks like we're going to get that A fight that I mentioned. Marceline scaling off the fault line a long early.
Ooh. Did get the movement. They're expecting it, though. Still someone to come through as they look for a little bit of a loper dart firing in slow. The defense moves positions now, and KIRI again goes slow on a round. Just very slow.
Yeah, avoiding a major trap there as well. As soon as Marceline would make contact, you get the flashpoint through, and she would continue fighting. So, flip flash dodged. Major regard here, just again. I don't quite know where Slandy lost all that damage from, but it appears to be kind of a Marshall's doing. So for the time being, that's a great way to kick things off here. And KIRI Magenta finding Lydia as well. Smoke's gone.
Oh, what a peek by Marceline. Doing so well to gain the info, but also has to give up a life with another peek. Oh my gosh. Ooh, this is the play that I think KIRI was worried about before. They hadn't seen the fault line to start the round, so they got to worry about it at some point, but the fault line's waiting below with Slandy. Now again, Krosu goes to peek, possibly through the box.
30 seconds
Jazzy
left.
doesn't connect, but they have so much agency here.
Yeah, I don't even think they've connected with Slandy either towards short, so there it is, just off the flash, the swing, and Melia. Rotation, reinforcements arrive from the C site to cap off the round. I was getting nervous there for a second. I feel like this was so different from what we expected from KIRI Magenta and how they were going to play this map. And 100 Thieves as well is not used to just this snail's crawl pace either, but Jazzykin's huge flash there, able to just completely overhaul that round. And she was a player I said I needed to see more of here on Haven as well, where she wasn't necessarily setting Marceline up, she was just using her own kit to frag out after Bunny was able to find this insane shots. So really clean.
Patience the whole time. That was just Jazzykins making a house down there and it paid off. All right. So they clean a few things up on the right side of the map. And they know somebody is watching long due to that dart being destroyed. And one of the first times they get an adventure from a long C member on 100 Thieves as B is tempted by KIRI right away.
Oh, this being so mid-centric, I was worried we weren't going to have any C-long players, but Autumn backtracking here. This 1v1 could determine if it's a C follow-through, or at least getting confirmation of that player will hopefully inform the garage players they need to fight for this control.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's taking a Polaroid out in the open, the double swing. Still pulls the kill through. It's getting a little scary there, but they come out on top of the situation. And now they'll wait for the rotation from Slandy. 100 Thieves always happy to get into a rake, take position if they have to. They have the numbers to make it feel comfortable. There's a curse and a half. Oh my gosh, Zobi. It's like 100 Thieves can't even approach the site too much. Getting a scratch in there. But man, KIRI is just fighting back so quick.
find the weakest
Wow,
link.
and I really liked that as well. You didn't have Autumn fighting alone to handle Melia. You had the flash from Bunny V to set things up, and they also kept the the operator in the dark until the late round. So just able to then set up pure CT aggressively between Corrosive, between Bunny V, which we said is required by this composition to play up close and personal. Since you can't play long, you can't util spam the spike in post. So. And really strong here. 100 Thieves will have to learn, okay, maybe we need to get aggressive, maybe we can't play the comfortable retake, but for the time being on another eco, it's the Sheriff squad, and we'll see what it is able to present.
And if KIRI want to do as much damage without using any ult here, they get to a gun round for 100 Thieves again, they isolate contract, or they kill contract somebody, right? They can also have a better push with Terror, and maybe even just dimensional drift this round to figure out how to get past what is the Sheriff buy. So really good setup for KIRI here in the next few rounds. It might cause for pause on 100 Thieves if they can't get a grip. We might see our first time out. But it doesn't mean 100 Thieves is going to stop trying to get these protocols in action. A long push. Go ahead and get an orb onto Marceline.
I think it was to Jazzy.
Yeah, somebody else.
I really like this. Just buddy system collecting orbs on a round you might not win. That was very similar to the second round where they went exploring mid, but they were lucky they didn't confront KIRI Magenta. But I think they heard the O2, they heard the orb, so Seaside should be pretty prime for the taking, and they actually are going to invest the kill contract on the eco. That's not good.
Says sit down. Kill contract is shredded and does not get written off. KIRI are going to come through on that one and just absolutely take the round.
We're doing good.
Yeah, a little funny business there, but I think taking Sandy out of the picture, right, was huge because then you don't have a recon for the backside. You didn't know how to prime yourself on those fights with worse weaponry. So the players that were still around in this dimension were able to still swiftly fight for backside control, keep numbers in their favor. And I think Autumn as well invested that neural theft just to, again, make sure things stayed on their side after that kill contract did go south. So all in all here, Magenta... invested more than I think me and you wanted Rivington, but they get the job done. They get strong onto 4 here, and now 100 Thieves rifle round. I'm surprised we didn't see a timeout going into this round.
Very true. And kind of how to formulate everything, maybe what the back end of the infrastructure is seeing here in the bird's eye view. But they're given another round. 100 Thieves are going to push just a little bit in that garage area, lose Marceline. It's been a big one. Marceline had a bit of a tough time yesterday too. Focused out, taken down, and wasn't able to create the impact that really helps the squad. So we'll see if that changes for today, as Bunny B will be the one on the search and find and clears the site for a team on A.
And now deep op line into CT as well. Melia rotated it over, but wasn't able to really find much either off of her utility here. So now we get to see, hopefully, the retake game. Either they're off of Slandy's Hunter's Fury, or if Jazzy finds this kill, that would be the Rolling Thunder.
Paranoia, right side, but they're not really working off it. Everybody's up towards that top, trying to see if they can peer down into the site. Multiple guns firing from on high now. No, Terror
for the ace.
Looking for the ace, yes. Jumping around, now they hear the final Vandal. Terror's gonna be the one peeking, jumping, stopping. Oh no, it's just gonna be blocking their own teammate. But they come back from the dead for the final kill, and it's gonna be accuracy and strafing for the ace.
And you can tell KIRI Magenta is having fun, which is
that was
all
amazing.
that matters, right? You have Bunny B hopping like the name entails to try and set things up. It got a little dicey. They lost a few more players than I was hoping for, right? While waiting for Terror to resurrect to get the final kill, but off recovered. 100 Thieves looking shaken. Timeout taken, right? I liked, Sandy did a great job just waiting for the kills to come to her, but all in all, it just felt like there wasn't much response off of the Hunter's Fury fault line combo and that paranoid that you mentioned thrown in. And I think that's just partially because Marceline was first blooded that round. She's the one that needs to scale off of all that utility. So the only player that was really in a position to scale there would have been Melia, right? And she was in heaven getting sprayed, getting focused by Terror. So not much you could do there. And it feels like KIRI Magenta is just inadvertently countering everything 100 Thieves is doing simply by being ready to take these fights and being in peak form, like the Death said they had to be coming into Haven.
Hitting that pace, that speed, fast enough for an iBUYPOWER ace. And that will also mean the big red button is pressed on the side of time. 100 Thieves on the side of timeout. It is timeout side for them. We're going to go right into a tech pause after this one as well. But yeah, 100 Thieves, you said you thought it was going to come in the previous round as well as I did.
I did.
And they're going to take the time to kind of try to stop the bleeding here. Tourniquet, put it on, and then come out of this tech pause, hopefully with everything right as rain. It is going to be Sheriffs, so we should still expect kind of this round to go towards KIRI. They're going to play it slow with the operator in hand as per usual. But that has kind of been a lot of the rounds. Slow, slow, slow. I think get 100 Thieves to move around, which they like to do. They'll put their members back and forth between sites and not a dangerous spot. They rotate the long way. But it just seems that KIRI is hitting that window perfectly and then not allowing anyone back in.
Absolutely. And 100 Thieves not a team, I think, afraid to invest ultimates on an eco either. So we will get to see maybe a Rolling Thunder if, again, a Sheriff shot or two align, much like the Stars need to right now to get back into this half. And I am concerned because we kind of laid it out, right? These two teams have typically really, really strong defensive halves. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So if they're struggling now, what does that mean for the side swap? Yeah.
Exactly. Is the attack going to happen that strong? I mean, there has always been a time when a game can kind of go like 10-2, and you're like, wait a minute, that's crazy. And then the other half goes 10-2, just because of the way the game is flowing, the way momentum's being picked up. That doesn't seem like it would happen here. The footing for 100 Thieves isn't being found on their strong side, so we can't expect the attack side to be the stronger one. It's going to be tough. Coming out of this, it's been a lot of momentum breaks as well. If 100 Thieves is trying to get that, just due to the pace of the state of the game, I should say, with the tech pauses coming in and getting the voice chat fixed up and whatnot. So, it is. They have to get something going. It's going to be tough.
You know, there's no better time than tech pause as well to dive into a little bit of a history lesson as to maybe why KIRI Magento looks so clean, and it's because these players have played together for a very long time on multiple teams, right? Particularly, I would like to highlight Bunny B and Autumn right now because they played on Fisher Fumblers previously. They played in collegiate Game Changers together. So that is a duo that's really, really in sync. And I also just love how this team, right? It was Petty Tactics, it was Fisher Fumblers, two Swiss teams that didn't make main event narrowly, that came together, took the best of each. And sometimes that's all you need, right? Stellar players coming together and clicking and finding that chemistry. And again, I think we have some really strong teams like Blotter, like KIRI Magenta, that are capable of making that run for Seoul. Obviously, Shopify Rebellion will be the big titan that they have to fall to get there. But for now, great showing.
I mean, we had to think of what we just saw NRG do, right? A team that didn't have a lot of players even in Tier 1 go and win champions. So all these players have the skill, have the caliber to make that happen. It's the teamwork, I think, that a lot of teams are working on to make sure it all comes together as one unit as we see Shopify Rebellion Gold come through. Doesn't mean they're not a team and they don't have teamwork, right? I don't want to say that. But yeah, the other side of that is that's just the part being worked on. But it is, right? If everybody does have that day where it comes together, we see these teams going to Seoul that have kind of just come into the scene. These players, like you were mentioning, Bunny B, who have always been on the teams we're casting in these playoff moments. So it's not the teams they were on, it's what they are bringing to the team. And it's that story for a lot of the players. It's what they're all bringing to the team, and it just has to come together for them now at the right time.
Absolutely. And so now we've tooted, obviously, the horns of KIRI Magenta, the leading team right now in this series. But to make sure we cover all our bases and cover 100 Thieves in the greater context of this map in this series, I think this was a must-win for KIRI Magenta. Not so much, sir, for 100 Thieves, right? We have Corrode up next, one of KIRI Magenta's weakest maps right now in the pool. 1 win, 3 losses in stage 2. And even Bind, a map that they played early on in the Swiss stage, but it was very, very rocky waters. They've been floating it, so we hope that they've had some preparation, but 100 Thieves is a team that we know has prepped the weaker maps in their pool, right? They've been at boot camp. They're one of the only 2 teams, right, playing in facility side by side. We saw Slaney literally fist bumping Jazzykins in the post-match interview the other day. And so again, it's big question marks for the next 2 maps on the side of KIRI Magenta. So they need to win with the certainty here on Haven that we saw yesterday in the Empire Cat-based game where they won 13-6, and right now they're on track pretty heavily to do so.
It does look good. We are just waiting currently on getting the back end, one of the coaches, so we can get them talking to their players, just sorted out on their PC. Everybody needs to have a working PC. So
absolutely,
yeah, we're just getting that sorted out right now. Thank you so much for your patience here within this first match of the day. There's a lot of Valorant to come today, and even more so with these little tech pauses that we are just kind of informing you about and giving history lessons with. Because thank you.
Absolutely. And talking about coaches, we're not sure which ones are reconnecting, but this is a good time to give the coaches some love. I really
Heck yeah.
like the dichotomy between these two, because you have Red Dot, who was a tier 3 kind of fun haver kind of player, now taking a step back, leaning into the coaching environment for Game Changers, and has just done a really, really good job kind of becoming a core fundamental for this team. And on the other side of things, you actually had a coaching change from this team as it became Austin Friends into 100 Thieves. I believe it was Calypso at first, who was, again, a really important player in tier 2, and now it's Zello, right, who's also, you know, a tier 2. They were a head coach for Core, stepping in for 100 Thieves Game Changers. So really nice kind of, again, history lesson there. But we are finally done with the tech pauses, Rib, hopefully for the rest of the series, right?
Time for the bang bang and the pew pew. Let's get back in. Everybody has hit go /R in chat. We're ready. 5-1. As KIRI comes back in, that operator still online, and Marceline's going to try to find, with the pea shooter, a better shot. Oh, it didn't happen that time. Bunny B is so ready for this sewers play, and it looks like it will flush. Oh, I was going to say the rest of the players down, but it will not be. Jazzy stands tall. Oh, no. Oh, no. You said they were having fun, but they've taken it to the next level, Zobi.
Hey, I mean, higher movement speed, you gotta get past the aftershock, am I right? But wow, that's just the confidence on full display for KIRI Magenta. And I don't fault 100 Thieves there. I mentioned they needed to find a kill or two, right, to set up the potential of using those ultimates, investing in Overdrive, investing in Rolling Thunder. But because Bunny B's just able to body that many players, in short, doesn't quite go their way. Melia waiting for that overzealousness, much like Kurosu jumping in for a knife kill, but KIRI Magenta know when to draw the line, right? They know when they can comfortably, you know, set up Terror for an ace or go for a knife kill, and when they shouldn't. So Autumn, only one going searching here. Smart. Nice to get the neural touch in the next few rounds, but this is why you don't want the entire team throwing their lives away. Oh, no.
I've got you better, Cypher, says Melia.
Cypher bad
Heads
blood.
out. Yeah, little phantom there for a moment. 6-1. KIRI Magenta wins another round, and they're doing it in very strong and structured fashion, right? They're not having to sort out a few kills. They're not having messy trades. They are hitting these sites. They're finding opening 2Ks like this, and albeit a save for 100 Thieves side, it's still the kind of pace KIRI's had for each of these rounds.
Absolutely. And I think this is a good time as well to shout out, I believe, there's so many M names, but Melia also was a team that played in Fisher's Aurora series run, right? They didn't play in main event or Swiss stage, right, with Fisher Fumblers when they were doing their Game Changers run, but that's exactly why. They've played with Autumn, they've played with Bunny Bee before, so again, it's more of like, hey, friends turn enemies. But for the time being, this is a big must-win round for 100 Thieves. KIRI Magenta can get a guaranteed lead at the half. We can see all these ultimates get invested with no conversion. Gotta see what it looks like here, and that is not a great way to start. Jazzy out of the picture, Rolling Thunder neutralized.
I remember the last time we cast Terror, I was like, this name is one we're saying a lot, and it's happening again. Terror opened up the round on the right side, so that's a lot of the retake potential lost here. Kurosu flies through, almost triple tapping around with the double tap on. Autumn's gonna get that third one. They'll get the plant, though, so the kill contract comes right back up fast, and one more pip. And man, they are just so fluid in these takes.
Oh, and here we go. Marceline, I was questioning if she wanted to hold on to the operator, but she is going fighting. This could be the opportunity she needs. Two more. Overdrive online. Head up battle against Bunny Bee. Relay Bolt is out, but once again, it's Terror. Opens up the round and shuts it. Case closed. KIRI on 7.
How confident do you have to be to stand? It's more of an off angle standing in the open like that, no angle, if you will. But to the person that's hitting off shots just like that, Terror is feeling it. Even when the opponents are. Marceline was hitting beautiful shots there.
Ooh.
And yeah, these openers, oh my gosh. Just everybody pushing through at the same time. So coordinated.
They used the cages, I think, from Melia kind of against her there. They entered the cages, 3, 2, 1, flash out, and swing. So even though we have Bunny Bee offing, right, she's using her utility so supportive to swing alongside Kurosu, to swing alongside Autumn. So it's like, which target do you look at? And Lydia on an island made Slandy feel forced to swing out alongside her, and just everybody was shut down. So now, few hero weapons, Stinger, Vandal, right, on the side of 100 Thieves, but all in all, this looking like a pretty strong contention for 8 on the side of KIRI Magenta. They've avoided the stack. It's only Slandy here with the Sheriff backside on A.
I wonder. Oh, I mean, the shot goes towards A, but what if they did go C, and that Vandal becomes nothing instantly? I almost feel like 100 Thieves can have a better option if they are going to hero. That doesn't go away. They can still get now Melia over with the team. But it looks like they're all going to be on a bit of a lurk, and Terror is going to be looking for that lurk. Gets the positioning and moves perfectly in time with the step of Marceline.
I love that she knows she has a valuable weapon, so trying to play this as intelligently as she can off the metal. And it's a clippable moment to say the least. Yeah, eco kills, but Terra nonetheless is hungry for them. 4 quick succession blink, and you will miss it. And I mean, she about has the not dead yet back again.
That was disgusting. That was incredible control between each shot to let it reset. Amazing show of skill there and just mechanics by Terror throughout the 17-2. I mean, there's a score line. That's all you got to say. Holy crap. 100 Thieves have a lot more work than just trying to get shots in this game. They have to be in the open against that. Kill contract's going to come out right away. We go into it. Kurosu comes out strong on that one.
Not gonna lose this time around, right? After getting embarrassed by his Sheriff and Slandy, but the difficulty there, right, was that you didn't have that supportive utility, right, that out from Marceline. So stuck on the line, Offshot goes south, and so does her life. So that's, again, the 2 biggest ultimates out of the picture. So no retake ability, no, again, way to fight back here and shut down this A-long control. And KIRI Magenta aren't just gonna continue W keying to the site. They're still cautious, they're still careful, they're still thorough. I'm guessing we're gonna wait for this Cow Sushi Relay Bolt. Back sight, check it, re-engage if it doesn't see too much.
They have to feel like everything they're doing is right, even if they play slow, fast. Slandy trying to change their mind. This is the kind of the first time that we don't see KIRI really having somebody routing the play, coming around the back, having a lead on it. And 100 Thieves will just have a straight-up defense here to work with.
Ooh, stuck in the graffiti corner, bobbing and weaving, and Terror is just using that as an opportunity to isolate a single kill. Looking for even more, and oh, the pop and swing is good, but you're out of ammo. Oh.
They're taking so much time to get those extra shots on the ground. Love that, right? You can get the overheal on clothes, so why not walk through the Hunter's Fury and catch someone off guard, get that heal back. Keep going for the plays. Really cool protocols by KIRI here. Other side of the map, leaves Melia grabbing the op and saying, how do we grab the rest of these rounds? The last 2 rounds, if we can.
Yeah, a little pseudo timeout, right? If your work cut out for you, don't want to invest both in the first half, but I'm trying to think about what maybe went right that round. I feel like that was more mistakes maybe out of KIRI Magenta. I mentioned, right, they weren't going to be able to just cut noise, silent contact up on A every round like they did on the pistol, and I think Slandy was able to prove that, finding a kill backside, but Hunter's Fury re-engage off the drone was just really, really clean to, again, allow those players to get in a fight positions, right? Formation, you could call it, and that's exactly what Terra was able to do, so well done there. Now going hunting, trying to prevent that operator from getting saved. And once again, it is deciphered if Melia is able to at least keep that going for her.
bit of revenge. Too bad you can't put a quick op shot right back into that, or they would. You know it. After the last fight, we love it.
How many rounds have we been sitting on this Hunter's Fury in Overdrive? Or sorry, this Rolling Thunder in this Overdrive?
A lot.
Like 4, I think, 5.
This goes here.
I think it's almost waiting for the perfect moment where they're not okay using it otherwise. You know what I mean? It's like, oh no, we lost this person. Let's hold it. It's more effective then. When really that is kind of a sunken cost on that now. You're not getting anything.
Okay, but if you don't use it this round, you don't have a full buy next round in the last round of the half. So there isn't any other time except for now. And I'm surprised that they didn't try to go for an aggressive play off the ults, since again, KIRI Magenta hasn't been giving them kind of the opportunity, the time to formulate that kind of structured retake. So that does make me think they're gonna, I was gonna say, try to avoid any sort of confrontation, but they finally punished Terra. No first blood this time around for her.
One of the few rounds 100 Thieves is able to start. Can they convert this now? Oh, Lydia says, yeah, we'll convert this one. Double tap is the only thing really that's going to cause a problem there, as Kalasushi looks to jump up and back from the reset, and they keep going with it. Hunter's Fury comes through, almost cleans up a few. That's going to be very low HP for Kurosu.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, and Jazzy alone. doesn't pull out the Rolling Thunder, is confident in her ability to isolate these fights, but this round is not over just yet. Sushi, yeah, Guardian in hand. Oh, the wall bangs. Gotta be cautious. And trapped in the corner, Shock Dart to finish things off. Really, really well done there. Just rescaling off the Hunter's Fury. Really nice thought lines as well to start the fight against Terror, to reclaim the garage space, so that they could then have a buy and hopefully have these ultimates to make up a little bit more lost ground, right? They don't want KIRI to get to double digits, period. They don't just want the one round blowing every single ultimate.
Yeah, the 10-2 stings a lot more with a pistol win from KIRI, right? Even though you don't have too much of a cushion on 9-3, it's a saving grace, honestly, at this point, especially with the momentum of the game. Marceline with the op, that overdrive, that Rolling Thunder still there on the map, on the side of the map where A and C are perfectly shaped for your Rolling Thunder. Still B if you're in the right spot too. Like, you should be able to hit every site, and we got to see it here. Dimensional Drift by Bunny B is going to clear that right side, and it is a full retake potential for 100 Thieves now.
And that's why Bunny B is so up close and personal, right? Does not want that to happen. Doesn't want an overdrive, doesn't want a Rolling Thunder.
Rolling Thunder can't hit that if they don't do it from stairs. Oh, it's already going to be a push? Okay, doesn't matter. They can get Rolling Thunder fully to the site now.
That was clean. Just Aftershock, they knew that they were going to play forward to deny these ults. Now they've not been able to. Doubles in, Neuro Theft, Rolling Thunder, and somehow KIRI has survived all of it.
Lydia coming in, less than 100 Thieves are able to file in one after the other. But not in stat. They're keeping themselves spread. They're keeping the trades coming now. Jazzykins for the last shot, but it's going to be Sushi that is able to get it this time. The 10-2 first half. And 100 Thieves get just absolutely thwarted on that ult retake.
Wow, I mean, we finally saw 100 Thieves, right, have an idea about how KIRI Magenta was playing these late site takes and counters it, right, taking Bunny B out of the picture. But I can't even really piece together how they were able to navigate that Rolling Thunder so effortlessly, right? It's like, instead of having multiple players committed backside, they just fully entrusted in the Bunny B to be that master chaos element. They all were playing from safe positions, so really, really well done there. You have your one player with post-plant utility, Sushi, alive and well to clutch things out. So 10-2, a pistol must win for 100 Thieves here to have even a chance at really coming back here on this map. And I'm seeing a double duelist. They're primed to fight for the same main space.
Slowly pushing out.
Oh no. Goes to the cage.
Ready to ring through. Yeah. And they're going to follow up shots too, knowing there was damage done. Bunny B with 3. Turns around with 1 bullet left. Says, wait, we should keep doing this. Sushi's going to agree. And they go out hip to hip to find another one as Slandy finally answers back. This is punishing from KIRI Magenta.
So on IGL Slandy, the leader, and unfortunately, you have good headshot accuracy, but when it is a Corrosive with a shield procced and ready to go, not even able to achieve one. So KIRI Magenta doing what they do best, again, really strong team fights. I think they were also fortunate that they were able to take Marceline out of the picture once again, right from the get-go. Some ghost shots through the cage that was meant to have safe passage, right, across towards short. And suddenly she's not able to speed up and counter Bunny B, right, who just goes to town with that share. So again, buy up, but this is map point or bust, so Singers in hand for the side of 100 Thieves. Let's see what they can do. They're running a back A, right? That's where they have the most information about how KIRI Magenta plays this.
Still looking for lower. Oh, the Guardian just screams through because Marceline was tagged as well from before. Or just a shot before, I should say.
It was vulnerable.
Oh, and they tried to trade it. Oh, it was vulnerable. Missed that. Yep. Good catch on the tag. They are just making these plays happen from all over the place right now. It's so tough for 100 Thieves to even gain some ground. Looking to make the double play down in sewers, but it's still thwarted by the clone in 12-2. Now for KIRI, they have the literal answer for every situation.
This team just super, super locked, right? Navigating even around their own ruse, right? With the clone, with a beautiful, there was a dart coming in as well from Sushi there just to prime the fight, right? You're challenging Stingers up close with, say, Guardians. You want to make sure you know what you're getting into. So really, really done there. They get map point on their map pick as well. And I'm starting to throw the concerns I had for Corrode and Bind out the window. This is a team that we said we're not sure what they have ready on their worst maps, but I feel like if they're aiming like this, it won't matter. Oh.
Yeah, it's a vibe. The vibe strat sometimes works than the real strats. Zobie, you're right. Autumn Again, Marceline, and it's not even Marceline's fault. You're the Neon. You're going in first. You're dashing, right, with the initiated utility. KIRI is just finding it every single time. And there's Cal Sushi pushing down as the team is just striking from every angle now.
And I love that Melia has now bested both of her prior teammates time and time again. I think you saw over there Sheriff on kill on a Bunny Bee, which is huge, but they've still yet to break through this choke and through this judge that Autumn has, right? She just got pinged through the cage. They don't know that this is here. And now Cal Sushi has them contained, trying to push them to scale up into C, but she needs to stay alive.
Last player standing.
Oh, that exact lineup was a little spoopy. Yeah, they're out of. And they keep themselves alive for another round, slowing this one down a bit to figure out where the problems were, kind of giving themselves a mid-round timeout, if you will. And they're going to switch it up. Bulldogs and a Guardian now to stop Autumn. Pretty hurt, but still has that regen up if they're taking little
30
fights.
seconds left.
Yeah, that just felt like KIRI Magenta. A little bit too eager to close things out here in 13-2 fashion. Gets punished for it. And speaking of punished, Autumn's such low HP just from spray down once again through a cage. This is going to be make this retake. It's 1v3, nearly impossible.
The angle's already pinched from the double left and right swing here on Jazzy and Lydia. This would be wild for a 180 hit. Oh, it's so dark. Lydia turns off the lights, takes down the round. That's going to be 3 here for 100 Thieves now. And they get to breathe a sigh of relief, but only because it's not over yet. It's still game point for the side of KIRI.
This goes here.
They just have to formulate how this attack side is going to work. Perfect.
Yeah, a little bit of a second lease on life there with that round 1, right? Didn't have a full buy, able to scrape it through. KIRI Magenta, I'm expecting not to let their ego fuel them anymore than what we just saw, right? I like you taking space over towards A. I think that's just characteristic of this composition with the double duelist. But again, don't die at the first opportunity you have to take a 1v1 right now. That's exactly how it seems like they're playing it, waiting to receive the C exec with open arms.
Spike down, C.
Oh my god, there's so many smokes. Everybody seems like they're lurking right next to each other for a moment. Then 100 Thieves come up with 2 big kills. Terror, however, sweeps into the site and clotheslines Marceline right behind platform. Yeah, they don't have the space in the site anymore. Already pushed into A means, hey, it's free over here. And Melia's done a great job of working off the ball this round to make sure the team has this A space.
I really like that. Could have gone really south, right? You're scared of Terror right now for good reasons, plaguing your nightmares with 17-2 at one point. So avoid her at all costs. Go into a now vacated site confirmed by Melia. But my concern is just the awareness from KIRI Magenta that this rotation came through. They are here immediately to flood back in and play off a Cal Sushi's dart.
Oh, they're trying to jump around to get themselves to safety, and that actually made the shots just happen weird.
They're so low.
It's doable. Wait, the reload. Almost picked off Lydia if the classic hit true, but it had to been a few shots, and Lydia's not giving you that much time with a Guardian. It's going to be one and done, and that's how it happens. 4-12 now. With all the pressure on, it doesn't matter. 100 Thieves knows it's just round by round. And they try to go again. Melia's going to have the Outlaw, but that's really going up against the low buy of KIRI, so they should still be okay this round as the alts start to mount on 100 Thieves side as well.
Yeah, and sometimes it's that adrenaline that you need, right? One strike and you're out kind of mentality there, not taking any risks, being able to identify those as well and call off of them. So credit to Slandy in the mid rounds, like we mentioned. But again, one wrong call, one wrong fight, and you're done and dusted. But that's why you have the Outlaw, that's why you have Melia to punish this save round for KIRI Magenta. I was quite worried. This was a nasty off angle from Kurosa. Now double taps. Active, she is going. They're going for blood, and fortunately just not able to connect. Now the threat neutralized. Rotations pulled as a result. But once again, 100 Thieves aren't satisfied. They're not quite sold on following through towards A.
Every time they see a little bit of KIRI Magenta, they're like, there's more than what meets the eye. We just saw it at C, too. They had A information for that one, but they're happy to slow it down and kind of change an idea. This time, they're still slowly walking forward, and nobody's ready for the flash. They were still able to fire past it, though. Marceline just takes that one and says, thank you very much. The second one follows after, and we kind of get that walk up to the site mentality out of 100 Thieves, too.
Yeah, I was getting flashbacks to the first half Terror Outlaw
that
we saw, but Marceline finally coming alive would put that to bed. I really want Marceline to get the final kill here in this round because that would bring the overdrive online as well. To complement Slandy, complement Melia's ults, right? They're entering a major ult cycle And I think if they win this next round off of those ults, it's going to be the rifle round for KIRI Magenta. Then we can start having that really serious conversation about comeback potential. But KIRI Magenta also has not exhausted a single timeout just yet. So maybe that's what we'll see coming into this next rifle round. They finally cap things off. It's Jazzy. That's okay. I'll also take Jazzy, I think, getting the ult point. 2 off now from Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot easier for them to dictate where to use that too from the attack side, so I'm sure we'll just see that getting ripped off a lot more and more frequent once they do have it.
Ooh, no KIRI Magenta timeout. I mean, you have ults, you have a buy. I feel like maybe they're gonna wait till, like, you know, like the 7-12 and then the 11-12 overtime mark, which makes sense. But I do really like the proactive planning when you have the resources. But let's just see if they can carry the momentum that they got them this far. Close things out right now. Set up a plan off of the hopefully Hunter's Fury. I mean, Bunnybee's already ulted. There it is. Sorry, Hunter's Fury's out.
Pushing sight left side. Oh yeah, that the wall's got him a little bit of space. Oh my god, they use it so well. Are they gonna push through garage side? Oh, they do, but that wasn't the way to do it. They didn't have A clear when they tried to. Wait a minute. The idea was there, but the coverage was not, and Lydia says sit down again inside the kill contract.
5 bullets left as well. Can't exhaust those invaluable ammunition on an owl drone, and exactly what Lydia needs to scale up. A little bit of hesitation there, that opened the door of opportunity for Kalsushi to find it too, but not able to clutch out the remainder of the round. Yeah, that kill contract would have been the tipping point if they're able to find Lydia, right? Spike would have been down, 2 players would have been C-side, and you would have been able to frame yourself and just hunker down around that B-site Spike. So, again, things go south. Again, we're going to be stuck in this purgatory of buy save for KIRI Magenta, either until overtime or until they close out this map. So, once again, 100 Thieves, really, really well done to keep a lid on things, especially with that neural theft utilized for Melia. And again, they have big exit goals to try and continue this momentum.
Interesting. They want to go so fast on this one, they don't even give Jazzy the ult orb right away. They want that off plant. They'll get Rolling Thunder there, and yeah, it's so the team can be together right off the rip. 100 Thieves are playing at a pace KIRI are not expecting as we start this second, we get into the second half, I should say. And now they're in position to just hold it. Which way are they going to go? Might even push through spawn on this.
They're trying to wait up the owl drone. Worried about a rewrap as well from Melia, which is in fact coming true, but it's perfectly timed here. It just feels like the coordination, the duo trio fights we've seen out of KIRI Magenta in the first half are just nowhere to be found. And yeah, there's what we mentioned, the pre-outlined path and destination, followed by Melia, and once the final kill on the terror, but 2 shorties. Crunch, you're done, and that's 7 for 100 Thieves.
It's like a horror movie. You just hear the neon coming from one side, ready to slide a shorty in your face, like surrounded. And I think that's what 100 Thieves want to instill right now. And I'm surprised we still haven't seen that timeout. I think it might come now. I did hear the chat, and it made me think about it, but I thought it was going to happen a few rounds ago, after the ultimates of KIRI did not work out, because then you kind of need to reformulate a plan of what's going to happen, because if 100 Thieves is shutting you down this much, you can't focus the ult orbs, then you're probably going to have to just rely on straight protocols here until we get to the end of the round. 5 more kind of puts Kurosu like at ult, right? So unless Kurosu gets kills here, we won't see a kill contract or ult orb gain. So 100 Thieves have KIRI backs against the ropes in a few different directions, but still game point feels like game point any given time. So they have to keep playing smart. The ults they have on 100 Thieves side are great right now, and I am impressed with how they've switched around this second half.
Absolutely, and they're still sitting on a treasure trove of ultimates as well to counter whatever KIRI Magenta wants to do coming into this timeout, which is where I'm a little bit wary. Like, it's one and done right now for KIRI Magenta, and I feel like that's a really fun position to be in as a coach, to try and read the opponent, come up with a perfect counter, and hope that you've gotten the call right. And that's where this composition for KIRI Magenta really isn't designed for retake, so you're looking towards Terry, you're looking towards Kurosu to try and take a fight aggressively, you know, fight out grass, fight out Leilong like we saw the first few rounds of the half. And looks like if they would have been overwhelmed anyways, because 100 Thieves are the ones fighting for window, at least off rip.
They are ready. I mean, think about it. they had a lot of rounds at 12 now. In one of these, maybe you rush out. Maybe you just throw everybody out mid on one of those gun rounds to go for the throat. Well, like you're saying, 100 Thieves now seems to have their own answers. I talked about how a team can flip it, and a 10-2 can also be a 10-2 for the other team, and how I didn't think that was going to happen for 100 Thieves this game. Well, I'm eating crow right now because they are flexing their muscles.
No.
Up towards C. They start to make it to the soft site again, and they are just going to overwhelm here, causing a full retake from KIRI. 5v5. Ultimate still favoring the side of 100 Thieves.
I'm immediately trying to fight it off the flash, but immediately again it's Marceline. Player that really has, I think, turned the ship around as well for 100 Thieves. Looking for the fourth, almost able to connect off the Phantom, spray through the dark cover on a Terror as well. And you can see immediately the call, potential save from Kurosu and Terror. Once again, it feels like KIRI Magenta are just a little bit too pedal to the metal on some of these retakes, right? The entire team isn't going in. It's like two try to sneak away for a quick kill first, and 100 Thieves is so prepared for that, like they were in the first half. So I just want to see like 3 there. I want to see like 2 in garages ready to have a joint retake. I want to see maybe a player or 2 working the flank as well, because right now these C retakes are messy.
100% agree. I mean, coming in, it was 5v5, and 2 people died right away. Before, like you said, before 2 could get in garage or anything. I feel like
there's
that's
still players rotating, right?
Yeah, way rotating, and the other 2 were behind. Kind of, you couldn't file out at the same time.
And they're not waiting for Calcius to start.
It feels like everyone's loose enough to make the play, but they have to question: should we make the play just because it's there? Right? It's that situation. The looseness, the vibe feels good, but I think it's getting them into a tough spot now.
They have a back-to-back buyer for the first time in a while because of those 2 rifles saved. And I will say, this is the most dangerous position 100 Thieves has been in, right? Running to a site with these primed double duelists. That's why the Rolling Thunder is here to try and counter it.
Oh, double tap's going to be up on this one. Bunny B answers quick already. Wait, KIRI gets 1. 100 Thieves is going to get 3 immediately, though. Knowing the site can't be held by anybody. They'd be concussed. They'd be thunder rolled. And now, just 2 to walk into the site.
Yep.
Autumn and Cal. Ooh, they changed their mind.
Now it's just this trademarked crossfire setup. Lydia at the ready. No paranoia in hand this time, but you don't need it when you also have a high-low up of Marceline here around box. Honestly, if it wasn't Autumn and Calcius having a judge and a guardian, they might have contemplated saving again, but here comes the dive in.
Nicely done.
I'm out of here.
High lows, crossfires, what have you, and an extra one to swing off the trades on contact. Like, literally everything in the book for a basic trade. And 100 Thieves is getting the setups. They're getting themselves into position so quick right now. It just seems like the state of the game for KIRI is always a few steps behind, or not realizing 100 Thieves is going to be hitting so hard. They still have Marceline's ult. That's been online for quite a while here, and they've been able to go through Jazzy's, Slandy's. Yeah, don't need it. There's insurance policy in these rounds, honestly. And they're back to a low buy for KIRI, who are suffering and just hemorrhaging rounds right now in the second half.
Once again, Autumn is not going to get the opportunity to even anchor her sight. Hey, I said I have my asks, my demands, they've been laid out. Let's see if KIRI Magenta can deliver finally on a C retake, but with suboptimal weapons, it is going to be, I feel like, less feasible to convert, even if they had the correct macro call, so looks like they might just go for the 5 strong, but that's exactly why it looks like 100 Thieves. Different flavor, they might be trying to fight forward off this util into CT.
What a delay. Try to get the undercut through. Oh, the flash.
No way we end like this.
What a timing. KIRI coming in. They're actually doing it to team this time. They get the shots to ring out, but it's going to be Melia getting 3. Terror. It's Terror left. 1 shot in the Guardian, and it's not going to be enough as Slandy swings, and Slandy lands the shot necessary to shut down KIRI for another round and keep Haven alive.
Wow, that was way too close for comfort. And 2 things to point out would be KIRI Magenta, right? They finally did what I asked for. We had really, really strong util there. I think a pair. We saw like the flash, we saw the vulnerability come through, and that's why all those players were stuck around default. And it also came from the hesitation out of 100 Thieves to fight into CT. But Melia, once again, just perfectly timed wraps through garage, round after round, and that's what bails them out there. So Sanity isn't alone on site, so really well done there. But that was, again, Sheriffs, right? Guardian. Now there's full rifles in hand. We'll see if KIRI Magenta can rinse and repeat in full strength.
I've seen a game go 12-11 and then the team not fully come back before. It was recent. I can't remember now.
Blue Water Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's getting close. 100 Thieves have really climbed the mountain that we thought was impossible this game to get themselves an attack side. And remember, both teams stronger on defense here on this map, but it doesn't seem like that today. As 100 Thieves now start to push mid, a bit of a creep up by the side of Kurosu, who's going to give KIRI knowledge on the map.
Look at this read. We've never had a stack on the C site, right? It's always been Autumn just alone playing off, and then they have to fight back in. But what happens when they're already there, ready to fight, Riv?
What a beautiful ping to start, but it's already traded. Melia there. A saving grace finally goes down. They're able to bury Melia on this round. Oh, hits it. Looking for another. Gets that double tap, will for sure peek, and Lydia just has the ISO's number. That contract or the kills. It's going to be one final one. Lydia has been a rock in these moments. Guardian, Sheriff, whatever gun, but the HP is not being of any help here. Still gets one with 11. Is going to start playing the width of the map now over to the other side. 12 seconds here. Plant a smoke and try to play ring around the rosy with KIRI Magenta.
Stray bullet and you're gone. So are your chances at a comeback.
There it is. Tara with the shot. Tara with the swing. And it is going to be the defuse by KIRI Magenta. What a second half from 100 Thieves. I think it took those C retakes, like you said, for the moment for it to click for KIRI to say, hey, wait a minute. Let's just tie a rope to each other and not go in unless we're all there. And it made the difference.
Yeah, cracked the code finally.